Shalom, Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BASHAM, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who teach and rule well at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one, has even one of them cared enough to listen? Has even one of them even cared enough to listen? And the storm is brewing. We're entering the storm. The Lord is he's picking up pace on his judgment that's been his sword that he's drawn out. You see, call halal Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI, Barakata Yahawah, Barakata YAHAWAHSHI, Barakata Yahawah, Barakata YAHAWAHSHI, Barakata Yahawah, Barakata YAHAWAHSHI. Call halal Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. And you see, they just had that Texas mass shooting, and they said that the guy was 33 years old and had an AK assault type rifle. This is the Lord that's doing this, and this thing is spiraling completely out of control with all these mass shootings. But this is the Lord that's doing this in this place in Babylon. You see, and just like the title, I titled it, has any one of them even cared enough to listen? You still have a good majority of Israel. You so-called Negro, 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. The tribes, man. 2/3 of you, you don't even consider or even want to listen to what the Lord is saying in this Bible, man. And that goes forth to the other nations too. They don't want to hear. They don't even consider or want to hear the word of the Lord, the prophecies and everything that the Lord said He was going to do. You see, and you have down there at the border right now, they got all these migrants. The Northern Kingdom is they're about to flood in. Here in the States, man. They're about to flood in here in the States, man. Salaki. But this thing is about to get really bad, man. It's about to, judgment and prophecies are picking up. The famine is brewing. The more job layoffs are picking up. We're just headed for a deep, dark time. They're gonna have to shut this down. They're gonna have to shut this down, man. But they were talking too about it's like almost 2 million people right now that's on unemployment. You see, it's about 2 million people that's on unemployment. They were talking about, and the job layoffs are increasing. You see, the war is bubbling. They just had those airstrikes over there in Israel. More UFO sightings. They don't even want to consider and want to hear the word of the Lord at this point. Ultimately Israel. And then they wonder why all this stuff is happening. And it's going to get far worse. It's going to get far worse. Then they just had an explosion. You can expect more explosions and just devastating times and things that are coming. The water, that we're headed for a drought. You see? Let me get a couple scriptures real quick. I just got a couple of scriptures and I'm gonna close out. Call Allah YAHAWAHSHI YAHAWAHSHI. It says Jeremiah 23 and 18. Jeremiah 23 and 18, and it reads, it says, for who have stood in the counsel of the Lord? See, for who have stood in the counsel of the Lord and hath perceived and heard his word. You see? Is anybody listening to these, to the word? Because it's out on the street ministry. It's all online. You have access to the word. Is anybody listening to the counsel of the Lord? Ultimately, you, Israel. It says, and have perceived and heard his word. Who hath marked his word and heard it? All the prophecies, the judgment, the coming judgment that's coming. There is serious punishment coming to the wicked, man, to the evildoers, the ones who just are rebellious. Ultimately, you, Israel. Punishment. It says, they don't even consider hearing the words of the Lord. It's just not in this place. It's not in this place. 19, it says, behold, a whirlwind. See, behold, a whirlwind of the Lord is gone forth in fury, even a grievous whirlwind. It shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked. And this is, and the Lord told you he was going to visit the world through storms and tempests and violence and the Lord is visiting the earth. He told you my word will no longer be prolonged. He said, behold, a whirlwind of the Lord is gone forth in fury. A whirlwind. And he said it should go from coast to coast, all over the world. You're going to see more devastating earthquakes come. He said, behold, a whirlwind of the Lord is gone forth in fury. The Lord is angry, man. He's angry with the wicked every day. But his word will no longer be prolonged anymore. So judgment is going forth, man. A whirlwind. This is why you're seeing more mass shootings. This mass shooting thing is going to get so far out of control. Right along with drugs and famine and pestilence and violence and crime. The Lord is he's doing this. See? The Lord is doing this. I'll read it again. It says, behold, a whirlwind of the Lord is gone forth in fury, even a grievous whirlwind. It shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked. And this is ultimately Esau, Edom. And then on to 2/3 of his people and to the other nations, the wicked, those that that totally mock and rebel against the Lord, YAHAWAHSHI YAHAWAHSHI. There's a whirlwind of fury that's taking place in the world right now, and this is the Lord, and this thing is going to get so dangerous. Devastating earthquakes, devastating weather events, devastating mass shootings and crime and violence. And any day now this electricity can go off. And then it's really gonna create that sedition amongst men. And this is what ultimately what the Lord is going to do. But Esau, he's going to have to create an event to go ahead and bring forth his that MO to the T to the B, that C-hip. And this is what's next, man. Jacob's trouble and that C-hip, that beast mode. See? And what other great way to usher in this order out of chaos by shutting off the electricity, shutting off the power in this place. Turn off the lights. You see, it just ain't too much more time through the power and the spirit of YAHAWAHSHI, through the spirit. You can feel the walls just continuously they're closing in. And in Israel, 2/3 of you are just you went back to sleep. You fell back to sleep. You don't even consider you've just done away with this word. Things are back to normal somewhat, and able to party, and the Lord is setting this up perfectly too. YAHAWAH, He's setting it up because a good majority of His people they don't have a care in the world about this word, man. So He said, a whirlwind of the Lord has gone forth in fury. It says, I'll close out with this. It says the 20. I'll close out with this. It says the anger. See, the anger of the Lord shall not return. The Lord is angry. The anger of the Lord shall not return until He have executed everything the Lord said He's going to do. He's going to execute it. This is why you're planning on things to get better, or to unite, or try to bring some other president, or the Lord is done away with this place. There's no healing in this place. This place is out of here. It's gone. He said He's gonna it said the anger of the Lord shall not return until He have executed it, until He have performed the thoughts of His heart. It says in the latter days. We are in the latter days. The anger of the Lord shall not return until He have executed, until He have performed the thoughts of His heart. See, and the Lord has been, like He said, I've been patient. I've held my peace for a long time. And 1,000 years to the Lord is one day. 1,000 years to the Lord is one day. Now you got to think about all this that happened in the world and what they have done to His people. He said, I've held my peace for a long time. I've been still for a long time. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. The anger of the Lord shall not return until He have executed it. Executed. Until He have performed the thoughts of His heart. In the latter days ye shall consider it perfectly. Everything He said that's gonna happen. All these prophecies, the darkness, the famine, the violence, the Jacob's trouble, the M-O to the T to the B, the World War III, those ICBM missiles, the division, the lawlessness. He's going to crush and destroy Esau, Edom, the so-called white folks. He's going to strip them and destroy them for what they have done to the tribe, to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. This place is completely out of here. So he said, in the latter days ye shall consider it perfectly. So the time is almost up of partying and fun time. The Lord meant every word in this book. So more judgment is just going to increase. More mass shootings, more earthquakes and storms and thundering and floodings and violence. This thing is just going to get far worse, man. So in the latter days ye shall consider it perfectly. Call Allah YAHAWAHSHI. So I just wanted to do a quick lesson on that. Something that was spirit hopped on me, wanted to go in, but Hopefully you were edified. I don't know about this. I'll come back with another lesson, but I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BASHAM, Rakah, Quadash. Shalom, Israel.